Hello, everyone, and welcome to the CarAlarm podcast. My name is Alex,
And I'm Gavin.
and today we're going to review Monday Night Raw.
25th anniversary edition.
That's right, and SmackDown Live from the 23rd, I think it was, for SmackDown Live.
Something like that.
We're a week late, a little bit.
A little bit.
It happens.
But you know what? That's all good because, well,
it's nothing new for us.
at least hell has not frozen over right now. We are officially thawed out.
Yeah.
There's leaves
It got
outside.
a little icy, but
There's leaves outside, but there's not much else covering the ground, so we're good.
All right, let's get right into Monday Night Raw. The 25th anniversary celebration. This was Monday Night Raw's big old, huge, the entire length of Monday Night Raw since, 93, and culminated into this.
And I do have to admit, I only saw the first 10 minutes where Shane and Stephanie come out.
Right.
My least favorite person, Stephanie, man. I'm sorry, Stephanie, but your voice just annoys me. It does. Even you announcing the Women's Royal Rumble match made my ears want to just pop back inside of me and say no. But they came out to announce.
Also, Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler were in the Manhattan Center. I'm not sure how far away, while Shane and Stephanie were in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So 2 arenas for Monday Night Raw. Continue.
Just like WrestleMania 3.
Exactly. Just like WrestleMania 3.
They come out to introduce the one, the only, Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Exactly. Yeah, so the whole, finally, after who knows how long it's been, the whole little McMahon family's back together on Monday Night Raw. Vince says he doesn't usually take time to smell the roses, as he's always busy. But says tonight he will. And just before he leaves, Stephanie reveals that her and Shane have bought Vince a gift. And it's a little plaque that basically might as well just say Raw 25 on it. And,
thank you for Raw.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And Vince is upset by this, claiming that it feels cheap, just like Brooklyn does. So clearly Vince is still heel.
Always.
He cuts a promo on the fans and says he didn't need anyone to help him out, to help grow Monday Night Raw, except for himself. When, predictably, honestly, but entertaining, Steve Austin enters, the glass shatters, and he comes straight out. He stuns Shane after Vince McMahon's telling Steve Austin that he can't handle it because he's too old now. He doesn't need to take those bumps anymore.
Yeah. He even lives in a retirement community.
Yeah.
And I do want to point out that I don't know what happened to Stephanie. I'm going to say she used her Satan powers to poof out.
Just teleport.
She's just like Nightcrawler. Bye. Or an angel from Supernatural.
Yeah, Stephanie just disappeared. But, yeah, after Austin stuns Shane McMahon, he drinks a beer with Vince before stunning him as well, giving Shane McMahon a beer, stunning Shane McMahon,
again,
and drinking beers by himself. Yeah. So Shane ate 2 stunners, and there you go.
And Stone Cold drank a lot of beer as usual.
Well, not really. Most of it missed his mouth.
Yeah, he wore a lot of beer.
Yeah, he had a couple sips.
Which, that's normal of Steen Austin.
Steen Austin.
Steen Austin. Your name is now Stone Cold Steen Austin.
Okay.
You're Russian now.
Kevin Owens' brother. Or father, I guess. He's old enough, probably.
Kevin, I am your father.
If I could do a Stone Cold impression, I most certainly would have done it just there. Next up, we have the first match, still in the Brooklyn arena. I don't know what arena they were in. We have Alicia Fox, Mandy Rose, Nia Jax, and Sonya Deville, because Paige can't wrestle.
Unfortunately.
Versus Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, and Asuka.
And I did see this match, actually.
I did too, and it was exactly
okay.
Exactly what you would expect. The same damn thing since, 3 weeks ago? Pretty much. Oh, wow. 2 more women in this match.
Yeah.
What good storytelling there, huh? What good progress. Sasha ends up tapping out Foxy for the victory.
But hey, at least everybody's in the match.
Mm-hmm. Dana Brooke wasn't in it. Neither was Paige.
Well, Paige can't wrestle, and
I know.
Dana Brooke's too busy with Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil.
Yeah.
And Akira Tozawa, wherever he's at.
He's still on 205 Live. I think he had a dark match in the Manhattan Center. But
You don't
anyway,
like that.
yeah, so as soon as the match ends, Asuka just throws all her teammates out of the ring as if this were a Royal Rumble. Silly old Asuka doesn't understand that the Royal Rumble's not till Sunday though. But
Because supposedly she can't speak English. That's what we're blaming.
So the thing that worries me is Asuka seems to be like the clear choice that they should have to win, right?
Right.
But usually when they do something like this,
she's gonna lose.
She's gonna lose. So let's hope that's not the case. We're gonna have a Royal Rumbles prediction video, so we'll get more into stuff like that later. But just thought I'd bring that up. Let's get into some nostalgic stuff. We have the Undertaker returning in the Manhattan Center, basically just to say that he's been killing people and that they can finally rest in peace. Literally about 2 minutes, he left. That's it.
It's still pretty freaking awesome to have the Undertaker.
Yeah, but they cut right back to I almost said Barclays Center. I don't know what building they were in. Right back to the Brooklyn Center arena. So
hold on, it may be the AT&T Center.
It might be. It doesn't matter what arena it is though. It's in Brooklyn. One's in Manhattan. That's good enough for us. So the Manhattan Center got a good 2 minutes of the Undertaker, which is better than 2 minutes of most other people, but still not
better
much.
Better than 20 minutes of Kurt Hawkins.
It's been at this point after this next match about an hour, I think, into the show, and they've only gotten 2 minutes of actual stuff. I'm sure they got dark matches or whatever, but I don't think I'd be too happy about that, considering the prices for those tickets were, I think, from like $70 to like $500.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a common theme throughout the night. I think the Manhattan Center didn't really get
much.
They got shafted. I think it's safe to say.
Up
until the end. What'd you say?
Not in the good way either.
No, not in the good way at all. We have The Miz versus Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship. Miz won relatively clean. Not like, okay, so he had the Miztourage, and they did a couple distractions, but they didn't there was no ref knockdown. Roman gets jumped.
They didn't actually interfere in the match.
They didn't do much. It was just I think minor distractions, if I'm remembering correctly. And Miz ended up hitting 2 skull-crushing finales and pinning Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship.
Now, I like that Miz having the IC title.
Me too. He should just go to the grave with that belt.
Yeah, he should keep it for the rest of his career.
Uh-huh.
I don't like the fact that Roman hasn't had it very long.
Here's the thing.
And it doesn't make Roman look good.
We talked about this when Roman won the thing. I think that we said that, or at least I said that it would be taken off of him before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So he could be again in the main event. And I think that is a definite case here. If he doesn't win the Rumble, he's still going to be facing Lesnar for the Universal title. I have no doubt in my mind that that's what's going to happen. And I guess we'll get into the predictions later, but I still have no doubt that Lesnar's going to walk away with the title at Royal Rumble. So Kane's going to get pinned.
We'll talk more about that in a little while, though.
Yeah, we will. All right. So Christian makes an appearance on Monday Night Raw for literally about 2 minutes of speaking.
Was he in the Manhattan Center?
No.
Okay.
He was in the Brooklyn arena with his peep show, his talk show, Christian's peep show. He has Jason Jordan and Seth Rollins as special guests. And Jordan tries to thank everyone for the 25 years of Monday Night Raw.
Even though he's trying to be
he's trying to kind of shine the light on him and take it away from everyone else, I guess you could say. But the bar ends up interrupting him. And keep in mind, as soon as they entered, Christian, I don't think, said anything for the rest of the segment. So there was about 2 minutes of Christian talking on the peep show, and then nothing else with Christian afterwards. And I know he can't take a bump or anything, but I mean, have the guy
doing something,
show personality or something. Yeah,
at least when the Miz is interrupted on Miz TV, he goes batshit like, no, this is my show. You idiots are not gonna ruin it, and then they ruin it anyways.
Right. So, so the bar ends up interrupting Jason Jordan, and chaos ensues. They end up brawling before Seth Rollins, I almost called him Jeff Rollins. Seth Rollins jumps off the top rope for a knee and accidentally hits Jason Jordan, knocking Jordan down and ending the segment. So, take what you will from that.
You know what? Jordan deserves it, though.
He deserves...
I liked Jason Jordan before he became the happy-go-lucky, overly happy-go-lucky...
son of Kurt Angle.
Son of Kurt Angle, riding unicorns that fart fairies and vomit glitter.
I think that's the entirety of New Day you just described.
Okay, but he took that way more than they did. At least the most they do is walk around with the kind of looking unicorn horns on their head.
Yeah.
He's actually riding those unicorns.
So, the next thing we have here is in the Manhattan Center. They finally got back to it. It is Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt.
Really?
Yep. Now, guess the time limit for this match.
5 minutes.
Under. I think it was about 3 or 4. The entire match was about 3 or 4 minutes. And Bray Wyatt won clean as a newborn baby that had just been through a car wash.
Really?
Yes.
What the hell?
I don't know. It was a complete squash match. Woken Matt Hardy was done. Segment was over. Back to the Brooklyn Arena we go.
No, I do not approve.
Yeah, me neither. I want to talk about this because there's a chance, a small chance, that this is leading to something bigger, but regardless, squashing Woken Matt Hardy is never a good idea, especially when this is his first big match. I think he had a match against Kurt Hawkins. But...
This is his first actual match.
Yeah.
Nothing with Kurt Hawkins counts for anything, not even a squash match.
It only counts as a loss for Kurt Hawkins.
Yes. It only gives him another tally mark on his glorious streak of losing.
Yeah. So we have this problem with... Now, I'm sure the feud's not over. I cannot honestly believe that it's possibly over.
There's no way.
And it's said to continue at the Rumble anyway, so... Will we have a WrestleMania match between these two? Maybe. Will it be a squash match? Of course not, if it's at Mania. But,
yeah.
This was done...
Well, unless The Rock interferes.
Very upsetting. Yeah. I think we're safe from him for a little while. I hope he stays away at this point.
Go make Jumanji 3.
Last time we saw him, it was very unwelcome, so... Last time I think he was on Raw at one point since then, but that's the last time I remember him, so... Unwelcome to me. Rocky 3? What?
Jumanji 3.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. 3?
Yeah, because the new Jumanji's a remake of it. There's a Jumanji before the one they just made, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know this.
Okay, me neither. Alright, well, we're not here to talk about movies.
No.
Let's get into the next segment. Elias, just Elias. He has no last name anymore. I almost
What
forgot
happens
about that.
to that?
It just fell. No one continued to write it down.
It's like they called Neville Adrian Neville in NXT, and now he's just Neville.
There was Alexander Rusev, there was Antonio Cesaro, there was Big E Langston, there was I think that's probably about everyone that I can think of.
Tyler Black, he died.
That's completely different. That was his ending name. Shh. Okay, anyway.
Still. Point being, you can't. It doesn't make much sense.
No, it's fine though. It does. Name dropping doesn't bother me. It makes it easier to. I mean, you don't have to have everyone have a first and last name. You know, it's wrestling. So.
No, but if you're it's for continuity. You know, just keep them going.
So Elias is in the ring to sing about all the folks in the Brooklyn arena and the Brooklyn city, I guess.
Excuse me.
Nope, don't do it. John Cena interrupts, defending everyone, and Elias says Cena ruined his time before John Cena ends up challenging him to a match. Which, of course, Elias declines. And they just start brawling before Elias hits John with a low blow and smashes the guitar over his back. So, honestly, I was a little bit pleasantly surprised by the ending of this. I figured Cena would just AA.
Yeah.
Do, it's over. Everyone cheer or boo. Probably boo, but, you know. I'm still a fan of John Cena, and I know he's not Super Cena anymore, but I was still expecting that because it's just in my blood at this point.
It's Elias, too.
Yeah,
I mean, Elias does have a record of being beat up.
Right. So
Unless he just takes that guitar and kills someone with it,
which he did. Yeah. So there you go.
like
Cena
he
gets
killed Finn
beaten
Balor.
up. Yeah, he murdered him, and Jason Jordan, and now Cena. So
I still
he should start writing the names of the people he destroys that guitar on his new guitar.
that would be pretty cool.
Or just get like a list like Jericho. Not a list, I guess that's stealing his gimmick. But anyway, well
You can make the list on the guitar. There you go.
Jericho was here tonight. There's a few segments I didn't write down because they were just minor backstage things, literally just to pad out the time and show you this person.
Like The Rock.
Yeah,
He was hitting on
well,
Lana.
yeah, but everything was backstage pretty much. So we had Chris Jericho, and keep in mind the Manhattan Center, they had to just watch the rest of Monday Night Raw on a big screen like we did.
Yeah.
So really, they didn't get much because while things were happening in the
They paid
Brooklyn
like
Center,
$400 to watch TV.
yeah, for a theater seat with a big ass ring in the middle blocking everything. Every now and then you get something really cool. Until the end, that there was a cool segment in the end for them. But while things were happening on Monday Night Raw, like matches and segments and stuff, nothing was happening in there because they were watching it on Raw. So you wouldn't have a match playing during the match that's happening in the Brooklyn arena because they're showing it.
Yeah.
So there wasn't as many like spots for just stuff just for them, dark matches and such, as you would think.
Yeah.
So I'm glad WB knows exactly how to treat everybody, and they plan everything really, really well. Wink, wink, sarcasm alert.
See, if it didn't work for WrestleMania 3, I'm bringing this up because this is exactly what it is.
Everything was pre-recorded then, though.
It's just pretty much the same thing. WrestleMania 3, you try having WrestleMania in 2 different locations at the same time. It didn't work. But everybody hated it.
But it could have worked had they given the Manhattan Center like some of the biggest parts of Raw, not the entire biggest, because
you have to split. You split it equally.
Yeah, you evenly split it.
If you give Kurt Hawkins to the Manhattan Center, you have to give. I don't know.
Undertaker?
Not the Undertaker. I'm trying to find someone equally as pathetic.
I don't know either.
You give Eva Marie to
equally
the other guy, the other side.
Her gimmick's better.
She's still not as good of a wrestler.
No.
You gotta even it out here. You see.
Kurt Hawkins is a fine wrestler though. He's just boring.
A douchebag.
I guess. All right. Anyway,
You've got the Undertaker on one side. You give Chris Jericho to the other side.
Okay.
I mean, you got to even it out here.
All right. Let's move on here. Okay, so we have Heath Slater and Rhino versus Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil. So they have the APA, JBL, and
Ron Simmons.
Yeah, Ron Simmons. They have their old school backstage segment where they're playing poker at the table. They had I think it was just those two, and then they had
someone else.
Yeah, they had, I don't remember who else they had. Eventually they had MVP, they had the New Day, they had the Usos, they had Slater, Rhino, Crews, Titus, Dana. They had Ted DiBiase coming at one point.
Speaking of which, guess who my brother and them met?
Who?
Ted DiBiase Jr.
From where at?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think he works in like Mississippi, I think, right?
Yeah, and then my brother's got a video from my dad for him and got his autograph too.
Cool.
For my dad. Yeah,
that's cool.
That was pretty awesome.
So yeah, nothing really much with the backstage segments. I guess a little entertaining, but
I know $1 Million Man was there at one point.
Yeah, he was. It was cool. So the match ends after a ref stoppage, after everyone just starts fighting and they just won't stop, so the ref quits it. And then the Dudley Boys enter and deliver a 3D to Slater, I believe, through a table. Yeah, because they all shove Slater in because they don't want to get in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
They shove Slater in and then they put him through a table. And that's it.
Got to toughen up Heath Slater.
Yeah. That's the end of that. We have they announce, they bring all the legendary women wrestlers on stage, like to announce the women who influenced a lot of the WWE and stuff or whatever. I forget exactly how they worded it. Sorry, but they have Kelly, they have Jacqueline, they have Trish Stratus, they have I think they had Tori Wilson maybe. They had They had Michelle McCool. Lita was missing, however.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why she wasn't. They did not announce her name or give her a mention or anything. I don't know whether or not she was there. I'm sure she could have been. I mean, she commentates on WB from time to time, so I don't see how it would have been that hard to get her. So that seemed a bit wrong to leave her out.
Something must have happened.
I don't
like a backstage political thing.
Maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. Just thought I'd bring that up. They also had the same thing with general managers from the past. They had John Laurinaitis, Teddy Long,
Eric Bischoff.
They had Eric Bischoff come out. And they had Daniel Bryan.
For some reason.
Yeah. However, AJ Lee and Brad Maddox were missing. I don't know why.
AJ Lee, I understand.
They
don't want any association with Mr. CM Punk.
Actually, in the opening video, CM Punk was in it.
Really?
Yeah. He had said his whole pipe bomb. He said his pipe bomb line. They showed him in the opening Raw 25 intro video. So I was surprised by that. Anyway, let's move on. AJ Styles appears, however, on the Titantron. And I want to mention too, the Heath Slater thing was in the Brooklyn Arena, not in the Manhattan Center. What a surprise. Styles was in a backstage interview with Charlie before he asked Charlie if she could be replaced by Mean Gene, who comes in and gives him an interview. He just talks about the Royal Rumble and handicap match. Nothing much, but
I still don't understand the handicap match.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I don't understand why Daniel Bryan decided to make this a good idea.
Because he's I was gonna say in cahoots, but that I don't want to say that. He's like biased for Owens and Sammy. That's been the whole shtick thus far. That's why he's perfectly fine with putting things in their favor rather than anyone else. Next we have in the Manhattan Center, once again, we're back.
Hey, you get something.
Wait a minute. Is this in the Manhattan Center? Yes, it is. Good. So, DX comes out, and they are just, Triple H is, again, just thanking everyone. Shawn Michaels, Triple H are out there talking, reminiscing of the old DX days. They bring out Road Dogg, Billy Gunn, and X-Pac. For once. I don't think X-Pac is usually in these whole DX reunions thing.
No.
He gets a 1, 2, 3 kid chant, which was cool, but Finn Balor, Carl Anderson, and Luke Gallows come out to greet DX before they all too sweet each other in the middle of the ring, and then the Revival enters.
They're back.
Well, they were back last week. Remember, they cut a Weird Pro Wrestlers promo.
Yeah, but
here's the thing though. They get jobbed out by the Balor Club, excuse me. In a good 3 minutes probably.
Probably.
So good job WWE with treating the Revival like actual tag team, which they should be treated. They should be treated like one of the best because they are. The whole tag team era in NXT with the Revival.
And their whole thing about no flips, just fists. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
No flashy stuff. I'm just gonna punch you in the face and get it over with. The bar fight.
Yeah, the whole era with them and DIY and before that American Alpha was absolutely incredible. Best tag team matches in all of WWE while they were around.
Why'd you bring up DIY? Why?
So yeah, well, listen, because they're such a good tag team. They should be treated, and I'm glad Anderson and Gallows are getting a push. Don't get me wrong, but it's just at the expense of the Revival. I don't know how to feel.
Should have done it at the expense of Rhino and Slater.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, but then it wouldn't have the. I don't care anymore. Raw 25 was a huge disappointment for me. Scott Dawson ends up just taking everyone's finisher from DX and Balor Club. And then we have the final segment in the Brooklyn Center.
Because why not?
Yeah, sure. We have Braun Strowman, Kane, and Brock Lesnar's final meeting. They're all going to be face to face, as they say. Kurt Angle comes out with the entire Raw roster to surround the ring and make sure nothing goes down. And of course, as soon as all three men get in the ring, a brawl starts. and they're just broken up by the Raw locker room.
That's it.
That's it.
No one gets killed.
No one gets killed. Nothing extravagant. Despite Strowman flipping over a truck last week, and before that, throwing down a giant truss.
No, I would
system.
expect since the roster is keeping everyone apart, I figured they'd just go through their like freaking
You would think it would be like if everyone's there, they do a faux Royal Rumble thing, right? Where everyone gets eliminated, and then maybe Strowman, Lesnar, and Kane are the last man standing, which of course has no relevancy to the Rumble itself, the match.
Yeah.
But it's a simulation as they did with the women. But no, it's just nothing. It's just nothing.
See, I would think like they would come through like it's just 3 Saurons fighting all the elves and men, just killing everybody, and then just getting through and pummeling each other. But
no, not really.
No.
That's it. That's good. That's a good segment. We're done. That's a good way to close the show. Raw 25.
Might as well had them all tug of warring for the title.
Yeah, Raw 25 was weak as shit. I think I'm gonna say that very confidently. I didn't like it. It was boring. Above all, nostalgia's not that powerful for me, at least. And they shouldn't use it as if it is. And no storyline progression on the Go Home show for Monday Night Raw, which is great, except maybe Wyatt and Hardy. Guess we'll see going forward.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only what the fuck's gonna happen at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Thing we get.
So there you go. Yep.
We all know what's gonna happen at the Rumble.
Well,
Roman Reigns is gonna win.
Well, yeah.
Kane's gonna win.
We'll get into that. Kane?
Kane's gonna win.
Okay, well, we don't need to discuss this right now. We're gonna talk about this later. This is gonna ruin the point of our predictions video. Let's go ahead.
And Kurt Hawkins is gonna get the IC title.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get into let's do SmackDown Live from January 23rd, I believe.
Well, let's look at this real quick and confirm. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, as AJ Styles calls him, Cammy, opened the show. Owens says that they are the future of WWE.
They're kind of right at the moment.
Yeah, despite Monday Night Raw showing every old person, pretty much ever. And that SmackDown Live is where the new guys where they're gonna like rise up and become the best, the usual shtick with Kevin and Sami. They say that AJ has no chance whatsoever in beating the both of them together. They say that after they take his title, they're gonna hurt him before AJ Styles interrupts. AJ says that if he has any fight left in his body, he will make sure they don't become the first ever co-WWE champions. They challenge AJ Styles to face both of them in the same night, back to back, like AJ Styles said, I think 2 weeks ago, with Renee Young, where he said he could face them both in the same night, at the same time, but he just didn't want to face him, he'd rather not face him in a handicap match. Daniel Bryan enters, and before he could say anything, AJ Styles assumes Daniel's going to make the match official, so he goes ahead and accepts Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn's challenge. So we get AJ Styles versus Kevin, AJ Styles versus Sami in the main event.
Nice. Like a mini gauntlet match.
Yeah. Backstage, Daniel Bryan reveals to Shane McMahon that he was not planning to give Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn the match. So there you go.
I don't know what to do with this.
Next,
we're just gonna put it in our pocket and save it for later.
Yeah. So, well, I guess it just, I don't know, right? Because judging by the character, I don't know. Next up, we have Chad Gable versus Jey Uso in the singles contest with each of their partners, of course.
Now, I thought one of them got arrested for a DUI thing.
He did, but I don't know the details of it. So, I mean, he wasn't obviously fired. He's still defending his title at the Rumble. So I don't know that. Apparently everything was good. So, Gable ends up winning rather cleanly with the O'Connor roll German suplex on Jey Uso. Beautiful move, of course.
Always.
So yeah, there you go. Good thing Chad Gable's winning. I hope Shelton turns heel on him.
Me too.
Still looking out for that. Next up, we have Naomi versus Liv Morgan with a again, they're teammates-ish at ringside, the whole Riot Squad at ringside, and then I think Becky and Charlotte were at ringside. I don't remember. No, okay, here's what happened. Becky, Natty, and Carmella and Lana ended up coming out middle of the match, just in case things got a little wonky. And the Riot Squad ends up jumping Naomi after Naomi ends up beating Liv Morgan with a sunset flip. Powerbomb, I guess. Yeah? Who knows? And then everyone just brawls, just like Monday Night Raw for the most part. Naomi and Becky ended up re-entering the ring and taking everyone out. Then Charlotte comes. Oh, then actually Becky Lynch tried to eliminate Naomi right as they were the last two in the ring, and then Charlotte came out and wished all the women good luck, and a special good luck to the winner of Sunday. So there you go.
Makes
That's
sense,
the
'cause
whole
they'll have to
women's
fight
side.
Charlotte,
Yep.
the queen of pay-per-view.
A queen. I think she lost at this point still.
She's lost. I think she lost a couple.
Who'd she lose to?
Probably Asuka.
She hasn't faced. I mean, on the pay-per-views.
Oh, I don't know.
I know she's lost matches. Otherwise, she lost to Sasha Banks like 4 times.
But that was only on Raw.
Yeah, I know.
So has she lost a pay-per-view yet?
I'm not sure. They brought it up like 1 or 2 pay-per-views and then they just stopped. I don't know if she lost or not. I don't remember.
She may have lost to Naomi once.
She lost? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. No, I don't think so. On the pay-per-view, no.
She might still be the queen of. Either way, she's still the queen of pay-per-view.
Okay. Next, we have Shinsuke Nakamura versus Baron Corbin.
Ooh.
In the middle of the match, Randy Orton ends up coming in and just RKOing both of them out of nowhere, as usual.
Which is, makes sense with Randy Orton. He's just freaking on meth or something.
Yeah, so I guess, I believe all 3 of them are going to be in the Rumble. We'll get to our Rumble predictions soon. I pulled up the card. So we'll be doing that video.
Do they have an official full-length card?
Yes. With one exception, which we will talk about at the end of this video. Next up, we have the New Day announcing their Rumble entry, teaming with Bobby Roode. And Roode says that his U.S. title reign will be glorious. Exactly. Roode and New Day have a match against Jinder Mahal and Rusev Day.
Nice.
Yeah. So the match was nothing really. It was fine. It was all right towards the end. Xavier Woods ended up winning.
Xavier Woods was in the match.
Yeah, Xavier Woods and I want to say Big E. I think it was Xavier Woods and Big E. Yeah, Woods ended up hitting English after his top rope springboard elbow drop. I guess it wasn't springboard, but and then Bobby Roode did hit a spine buster before that. So there you go. All 4 of them are going to be in the Rumble for sure. Highly doubt any of them are winning. Next, we have the main event, which is the most actually
interesting part of the night.
Yeah. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens. So basically, well, first off, Shane McMahon comes out before the match has time to start, and he tells Sami Zayn that he can't go anywhere near Owens' match or he will be immediately fired. And he tells Kevin the same thing for Sami's match.
Good.
Yeah, so Sami leaves during the commercial break because it goes commercial break right after, almost in the middle of Shane McMahon's promo. And then Styles ends up jobbing out Kevin Owens with a calf crusher. Now here's the thing. Kevin Owens apparently does have a minor injury or some kind of injury in actuality, and they haven't been having him do house shows or anything like that. He hasn't been wrestling. So maybe they're writing him off of Royal Rumble. There's more to it. We'll get to it. So as soon as Owens taps out, AJ keeps in the calf crusher for a couple extra seconds. Sami Zayn comes in and attacks him continuously, not letting the refs ring the bell for the match to start. Eventually, again after another commercial break, the match is started. And during the match, Owens is on the outside, he's selling his leg injury. He's just there holding it. They got some doctors around him. They brought a
gurney.
Yeah, gurney down to the ring. And AJ Styles decides to go down and just kick Kevin Owens' leg, just stomp on it, beat it down a little bit. Because he's absolutely destroying Sami Zayn for the most part.
Good. No, not good. Never mind.
It's not like a squash, it's just
Right.
like he's just winning. Um, by a lot. Sami Zayn ends up stopping AJ from doing permanent damage, I guess, for now. Kevin Owens is placed on a gurney, and a good probably 5 minutes later, AJ Styles flips the gurney over and again tries to beat him down before he enters the ring. Zayn hits a haluva kick and a blue thunder bomb right back to back, and then he ends up pinning AJ Styles for the win.
Looks like AJ shouldn't have been paying attention to Kevin.
Right. So, yeah. So the Kevin Owens squash match, I'm not a fan of.
I'm not either.
I think it would have been a lot better if maybe Owens and Kevin had now again.
Owens and Kevin.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Owens and AJ had a good lengthy match like Sammy, and again, I don't know what the
whole deal is.
Yeah, what the whole deal is with Owens, if he has an injury or if he's fine or whatever. But assuming he's fine, and this may be a wrong assumption, but whatever. Assuming he's fine, they should have had a normal lengthy match between the two, and then AJ could have won clean. And then you could do the whole Owens is hurt because of the calf crusher, and then Sammy thing, and Sammy thing could have been much quicker. It would have been more believable if Sammy still hit his haluva kick and then the blue thunder bomb, because AJ had just competed in a full length match with Kevin Owens. Not to say that this wasn't believable, I just didn't like the whole squash part with Kevin Owens.
It wasn't a good plan out.
Yeah, it just wasn't good for Kevin Owens.
No.
I think that's the main thing. And yeah, that was the end of SmackDown Live. Now, we have one thing to talk about before we get to whatever ramblings or whatever we do at the end of the whole results review situation. We have to talk about Enzo Amore.
Yes, we do.
So, we're not going to go too in-depth because we're not journalists, and I don't want to get any kind of information wrong on specific details.
Well, then that would make us journalists.
All right, well, listen. So, Enzo Amore was accused of sexual assault by someone on Twitter and was suspended by WWE. It's a little more complicated. If you want to read into it, just Google it. You can find it anywhere. Just make sure you read a lot of places so you don't get any kind of misinformation. So the allegations were out and WWE suspended him, and supposedly WWE has now fired him. I say supposedly because supposedly the reason is that he knew about the allegations and he knew about the investigation from the police and stuff.
Yeah.
But he did not tell WWE about it, which completely violates part of their
contract.
Yeah, part of their agreements and rules
and
stuff.
I understand. That makes complete sense. You don't want someone, even if they're just being accused of, you don't want them associated with you because that makes you look bad.
you gotta let them know your company you're working for and representing publicly as their champion about stuff like this.
Even if you're not their champion, you should be like, hey, look, I'm being accused of rape here. Just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah. So obviously he was dropped of the Intercontinental title, and he probably will not be back in WWE unless the Cruiserweight title. He probably won't be back in WWE for a while, if not ever, unless this thing clears up, which I hope it does. I don't want anyone to have been raped, and I certainly don't want a WWE wrestler to lose a job or anything like that. So I hope this whole thing was just that lady lying. Of course, that's not good, but that's far better than the actual
I don't think she's lying about it. I think she has things mixed up because she does say she was fucked up.
Yeah.
Drunk and all that. So I don't think it's more
I don't have
actual
I don't want to say.
I think it's just the story's a little mixed up,
I don't know. I don't think we have any authority to say something like that.
Like me, when I was messed up, I'm not gonna lie, I got fucked up on like vodka or something. I thought I was doing great on Guitar Hero.
Okay, no.
This is different completely. This
is on such a smaller level.
It's different, of course, but you can get your stuff mixed up when you're impaired.
Okay. But I think no matter how drunk you are, you know if you have been raped. I don't think there's any question about that. So, regardless, like I said, I don't want to get too much into this. We don't have any authority or any kind of we didn't really read into this too much. So, regardless, I hope this whole thing's false, completely made up out of nowhere, and Enzo's fine. And I'm sure if that is the case, Enzo may be welcomed back in the WWE. Maybe not even so after his not failing to relay this information with WWE.
If he is, he won't be champion ever again.
Probably not.
He'll just end up being like Kurt Hawkins, which is really bad because Enzo's really good.
Enzo probably wouldn't agree to that anyway. So let's hope he's completely innocent.
Yeah.
And
Enzo,
now we have.
I'm rooting for you, Enzo. But just know, if this is true, I will hate you forever.
Yeah,
sorry, bro.
So now we're gonna switch over to a much less important, however relevant topic of the cruiserweight title.
Topic.
Yeah. Of the cruiserweight title, because Rich Swann got arrested, and his whole thing with his wife's completely just unraveling from what I've heard.
Wait a minute. Can we? I've.
I don't know all the details. So there was a situation where I think he had been. I don't know if he was charged or what happened, but there was some kind of domestic assault allegations with Rich Swann and his wife. They had a whole argument in a car and everything, and then Rich Swann was suspended. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that
because he was gonna have a number one contender shot for Enzo. That has I guess continued in a way. I don't know all the details about how it's continued, so I'm not gonna talk about that. But he's not coming back. Is basically what I'm saying for now.
So the situation has progressed.
Yeah, I don't know negatively, positively what, but the point is, Enzo is gone. And I think it's safe to say he won't be back for a while, if ever.
I doubt he'll ever be back, even if he is acquitted.
Yeah,
he's not coming back.
Yeah, so
I wouldn't come back. Not for the simple fact of publicity saying,
yeah,
I just know WWE's gonna be salty.
Well, they would have a reason to be salty if this whole thing is. Well, anyway.
And I wouldn't want to put that on my career, you know.
Yeah. So the cruiserweight division is in shambles. Cedric Alexander was set to fight for the title at the Royal Rumble against Enzo Amore. Daniel Bryan released some kind of address I saw on YouTube. I don't watch 205 Live, but I saw the address. Daniel Bryan said that next week, next Tuesday, I think it airs after SmackDown Live, there will be a new general manager named for 205 Live, and they will address the cruiserweight title situation. Meaning, there's no cruiserweight title match at the Royal Rumble, most likely. I can't see how there would be if the title won't be addressed till next week. So we'll get more into that with our predictions. I guess we won't actually, because there won't be a cruiserweight title prediction.
Another tournament.
That will be hopefully do another cruiserweight tournament, except just WWE guys this time. It's fine. Just do something with 205 Live, and maybe I'll watch it.
Don't let Goldust in.
I have to admit,
first off, because he's just not a cruiserweight.
Yeah, well, he's only on Raw, I think. I don't really watch 205 Live, so I don't know. But I hope that the general. I want to watch Tuesday because I am genuinely curious about who the general manager will be.
Yeah.
So I hope they will bring something new to it, something interesting about 205 Live.
You know who I really want it to be right now?
Who's that?
William Regal.
He's NXT. I need him on NXT. I don't need him.
I didn't know he was. I didn't know
he's been the general manager for NXT for like 10 years. Not really, but
I didn't know that.
For like ever. Okay.
Well then, hold on. Who else can it be?
AJ Lee. I'm just kidding. I don't know why she just pops in my head when I think of general manager.
That would be nice.
It might be Daniel Bryan, but maybe not. You know, they could easily do that because he's a general manager of SmackDown.
And he would be a cruiserweight.
Yes, and 205 Live's recorded immediately after SmackDown, so you don't have to worry about Daniel Bryan going to Raw or whatever. It's so easy. You just have him come out after SmackDown, keep him there for an extra hour, pay him some more.
Eric Bischoff.
And there you go. No, what? Eric Bischoff would never. I would not agree to that if I were him. No, go do TNA rather than 205 Live.
Dude, are you trying to insult Eric Bischoff here?
What do you mean?
TNA is not good.
Over 205 Live.
Yes.
It's not over 205 Live. Are you kidding me? 205 Live is so boring.
Have you watched TNA? I did.
You know what? Fair enough.
I did. I watched it, I think, Friday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah, I've seen...
Dude, I fell asleep.
I don't consistently watch it, but, alright, fair enough. Okay, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We've gotten into some deep topics, some
So I guess the
fast
Nia
pace.
Jackson's Omori love triangle isn't
Yeah, so
going
that's
anymore.
done. That's done immediately. Nia Jax better choose someone else.
Noam Dar.
There you go. Get him back on the train. I don't know how he's gonna pronounce Nia Jax's name, but
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Nia.
I think,
Nia.
I think that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. How about that, Gavin?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. You can follow us on Twitter at CarAlarm Podcast.
You can find our page on Facebook. You type in that little search bar up there, the little @ CarAlarm Podcast. You'll find our videos. Give us a like, subscribe, all that. I don't know how Facebook really works anymore.
I don't think anyone does. Be sure to watch our Royal Rumble predictions video that will be going up soon. And thanks for watching this video. We are CarAlarm.
Peace out.